Respond. Good morning. Good morning. Please respond if you can hear me. Good morning. Twenty-six, 617. You can unmute yourself and respond if you can hear me. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So we can start from where we left. I gave you some work to go to try out. Did you try out? Yes. Did you try out? You're not responding, anyone? I'd shared the paper that you were going through last time. You were supposed to go through the rest of the questions and share your answers today. Hope you can see the paper that you are going through. You are to start from question 18. If you tried and you have your answers, you can share. Anyone to share the answers? Is there anyone who tried? Okay, it's like there's no one. But did you download the paper? Do you have the paper? Do we have the paper? Okay, no one is responding. I'm assuming we don't have. So let's go through this question number 18. So number 18, you're given the product of the first three terms of a geometric progression is 64. Then you're given that the first term, you're given the first term is A and the common ratio is R. Express R in terms of A. So how do you express R in terms of A? Someone to try. Try expressing R in terms of A. If you have your answer, you can share with us. Express R in terms of A. That is, make R the subject. People are not responding. I'm not sure if you can hear me. Let me ask this person. 26, yes, 26, 276. Unmute yourself.
R is 4 over A.
4 over A, good. You can see the screen. Okay, R is 4 over A. For those of us who have not gotten it, this is how we get the value of A. So on the screen there, I've written TA, the first term. T1 is first term as A. T2 is the second term, is AR. And then T3 is AR squared for a geometric progression. So you had been told that the product is 64. So you multiply the 3. So we've multiplied A times AR squared. We get AR cubed is equals to 64. Then you divide both sides by A cubed and then you cube root. So you get your R as 4 over A. Then we go to the next part of the question. B. So part B, you're given that the sum of the 3 terms is 14. Calculate the values of A and R, and hence write down 2 possible sequences, each up to the 4th term. So before you write the sequence, you're supposed to get the values of A and R. So you've been told the sum of the 3 terms is 14. That is the first term, the second, and the third terms of the geometric progression. You add them and equate to 14, and then solve for R. Try it out. Yes. Let me allow you to unmute yourself. Your name is difficult. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. I have allowed you to unmute yourself. Your name is difficult. Watch. I don't know. Just unmute yourself. The one that is raising up his hand. Yes? Try it out. Add the first 3 terms and equate to 14. And then solve for A and then R. Yes, 26 to 76. Unmute yourself.
R is 2.5.
And A?
While A is 2 or 8.
2 or 8. So when A is 2, R is 2. When A is 8, R is a half. Good. So for those who didn't get it, this is how we work it out. So here you don't use the formula for summing, since we don't know whether R is more than 1 or less than 1. So you just add them directly. So you have added A plus AR squared, and then you equate to 14. Then in the first part of the question, we had made R the subject. So where there is R, you substitute 4 over A, and then simplify the equation. So we are getting a quadratic equation in A. If you solve that quadratic equation, you're going to get 2 values of A. A is 8 and A is 2. Then using the 2 values of A, you also get the 2 values of R. So when A is 2, R is 2. When A is 8, R is a half. Then we've been told after getting the values of A and R, we use them to state the 2 possible sequences up to the 4th term. So the first sequence is when R is 2 and A is 2. we'll get 2, 4, 8, 16. And the second sequence is when R is a half and A is 8. So you get 8, 4, 2, 1. Any question? Any question? Any question? No question. So we go to the next part of the question. The next part, you're supposed to find the sum of the 11 terms of the two sequences. So the sum of the first 11 terms of the two sequences you've stated above. Try it out and share your answers. Find the sum of the 11th terms. So you get T11 for both and then you sum. So before summing, you can just give me the value of T11 for the first sequence and T11 for the second sequence. Is T11 for the first sequence? T11 for the first sequence? Yes, Larry. Yes, Larry, you can unmute yourself.
The only that's A is 8 or 2.
So, okay, just give me any. When A is 8 and R is a half, what is T11?
For T11 for the one for when A is 8, T11 is 1 over 128.
1 over 125?
28.
1 over 128.
Yes.
And the other one, when A is 2 and R is 2?
It's 2048.
2048. Then we add the 2. So if you add the 2, you're getting what?
Get
2048 and 1 over 128.
2048. 1. Yes.
Okay, good. Any question? Anyone who didn't get that one? Any question? Okay. So we can go to the next question. So in that question, you're given the first, 7th, and 25th terms of an arithmetic progression. Form the first 3 consecutive terms of a geometric progression. Then you're given the 20th term of the AP is 22. Find the first term and common difference of the arithmetic progression. So how do you go about this one? How do you go about this one? Someone to take us through. Try. How do you go about it? The 7th and 25th. So you start first of all by writing those terms. So I'll just show you what I have done. So I've started by writing down the terms. So T1, that is the first term, is A. Then the 7th term, T7, is A plus 6D. And then T25 is A plus 24D. Then we also have T20, A plus 19D. And we've been given the value of T20 as 22. So the first part, Roman 1, you find the first term and the common difference. So we can start by using T1, T7, and T25 to come up with the value of R. So we have A plus 6D over A, that is the second term over the first term, is equals to the third term over the second. Then we do the cross multiplication. If we do that and expand and simplify, we are getting A to be equal to 3D. A is equals to 3D. Then we had been told that the 20th term is equals to 22. So I've just made A the subject in the 20th term. Yes, Larry, your hand is up. I can't see you again. Nipotea. Aya, so I've made A the subject for T20. So A will be 22 minus 19D. Then since the A's are equal, we equate the two values. 3D is equals to 22 minus 19D. Then if you work out, you get your D as 1 and A as 3. Any question in Roman 1? Roman 1, any question? Any question? Yes, Evans? Unmute yourself. Yes?
And
Sorry?
you can you can the first is
I can't hear you clearly. Maybe you can text the question. Write it as a message. Evans, you can unmute yourself if your speaker is okay now. Unmute yourself and ask again or text the question. Okay, so as we wait for his question, anyone else with a question? In Roman 1, before we go to Roman 2. Any question? Okay, since there's no any other question, as you wait for Evans to ask, we can go to the next part of the question. Oh, Evans cannot access. So those ones who joined late cannot access the chat section. So let me ask this person, just unmute yourself and ask. Is there anyone who can text? Because I'm seeing here that those who have joined late or those who joined and left cannot access the chat section. Is there anyone who can access the chat section? Anyone, try texting, because I can see only those who joined late. Since the number is large, some of you cannot access the chat section. If you can't access, you can just unmute yourself and ask. If you have a question, just raise up your hand. I'll ask you to unmute yourself and then you can ask. So someone's hand is up. think Vicha, your name is umepotea tena. Okay, I'm hoping section Roman 1 iko sawa. Those who can chat, is Roman 1 okay? Before we go to Roman 2. Let me see. Okay, I've gotten some responses. Roman 1 is okay. Someone is saying he can't hear me well. Is it only him or all of you? I think my speaker is okay. Okay, so let's go to Roman 2. So Roman 2, the sum of the first 40 terms of the AP. So now that we know the first term and the value of what, we know the first term and the common difference, we can find the sum of the first 40 terms. Work out the sum of the first 40 terms. Yes, Victor. Victor, umepotea tena. Anyone else? The sum of the first 40 terms? I've gotten a response from Larry, 900. 900 is correct. I hope we all got 900. Victor, you can unmute yourself. Okay, so the answer is 900. For those who didn't get 900, this is how you work it out. S40 is given by, remember Sn is n over 2 into 2a plus n minus 1d. So our n is 40. So we have 40 over 2 into 2a. 2 times 3 is 6 plus n minus 1. 40 minus 1 is 39 and d is 1. So times 1. And then you just add and multiply, you get 900. Then the second part, part B of the question, the 10th term of the GP. You're supposed to find the 10th term of the GP. So we have already found A, the first term. And remember T1 was also corresponding to T1 of the GP. And then we find R. We find R. So I'll just show you what I have done here. So remember in the first part of the question, you have been told that T1, T7, and T25 form the first 3 consecutive terms of a GP. So for us to get R, we had written T7 over T1 or T24 over T7. So you just pick one of them. A plus 6D over A will give you R. So our A we have already gotten as 3 and D is 1. So it will be A plus 6, 3 plus 6 over 3. So that will give us R as 3. And of course A is 3. So if you substitute that in the formula for T10, T10 is AR power 9. Our A is 3, our R is 3. If you work out, you're getting 59,049. 59,049 as the 10th term. Any question? Any question? Okay, then work out the second part, Roman 2, the sum of the first 10 terms of the GP. The sum of the first 10 terms of the GP. Remember, A is 3 and R is also 3 for the GP. Work out the sum of the first 10 terms of the GP and share your answers. So we have an answer from Larry, 88,572. Good, that is correct. So the sum of the first 10 terms for the GP is 88,572. And this is how we get it. S10 is given by A into R power 10 minus 1. Remember, R is greater than 1, so we use this formula. Then you just substitute the values and work out. You will get 88,572. Any question? Any question? Okay, so let's go to the next question. The next question, we're given an AP is such that the first term is -5 and the last term is 135. And the sum is 975. The first question, calculate the number of terms in the series. Try it out. You're given the first and the last terms, and you're also given the sum. So you're supposed to get the value of n. Try it out. Yes, we have 26,854. Yes. Unmute yourself.
15.
15. You've gotten n as 15. Okay. Anyone else who has gotten 15 or a different answer? Before Gilbert, what did you get? Gilbert, you can unmute yourself. Unmute yourself and share your answer. Gilbert. Okay. So, yes?
I would like you to repeat the previous question.
Which part of the previous question?
The last part.
The last part.
Yes.
Okay, so let me scroll back to the last part of the question. So the last part was the sum of the first 10 terms of the geometric progression. We had gotten the value of A, the first term, as 3, and R, the common ratio, we also got as 3. Those ones you understood?
Yes.
Okay, so now to get the sum of the first 10 terms, usually you consider the value of R. If it's greater than 1, there's a formula we use. If it is less than 1, there's another formula we use. So since this one is greater than 1, we use the formula for greater than 1. That
Yes.
is Sn is equals to A into R raised to power n minus 1. So this one is S10 is equals to A into R power 10 minus 1 over R minus 1. Our A is 3, our R is also 3. So we just substitute 3 into 3 power 10 minus 1, then divide by 3 minus 1, that is 2. If you work out, you get 88,572. So, sawa?
Yes.
Okay. So now the next question, 15 is correct. Shiuri, unmute yourself.
The next question I've gotten my answer is 15.
15, good. So 15 is correct. Anyone who didn't get 15? Okay, for those who didn't get 15, this is how we get 15. This is how we get 15. So we're given A, that is the first term, is -5. L is the last term, is 135. Then there's a formula we normally use when we have the first and the last term to get the sum of the first n terms. So the formula is there. Sn is equals to n over 2 into A plus L, where A is the first and L is the last term. So you're given the sum is 975, n we don't know over 2. Then you substitute the values of A and L. If you work out, you get your n as 15. I hope that part is clear. Unless there's a question. Then we go to the second part. Find the common difference of the progression and hence the sum of the first 10 terms. Try getting the common difference and the sum. The common difference of the progression and hence the sum of the first 10 terms. Anyone? Yes, Samuel? Samuel, you can unmute yourself.
The common difference is 10.
The common difference is 10. And the sum?
The sum, I've gotten it as 400.
400. Good. Anyone with a different answer? There's someone by a very difficult name. Piatek, do you have a question? Unmute yourself. Okay, he doesn't have a question. So this is 10 and 400. That is correct. Good. So for those who didn't get, let me just show you how we work it out. So we have been given the last term. We know the last term is 135. So, and we've gotten that the last term is the 15th term. So we write T15 is equals to A plus 14D. That is the formula for T15. Then we know the value of T15 as 135. A is -5. Then we just work out, make D the subject. So you get D as 10. Then for the sum, we use the formula n over 2. So we have n over 2. Our n is 10 over 2 into 2a. 2 times -5, that is -10, plus n minus 1d. So 10 minus 1 is 9 times d, which is 10, 90. Then you add and get 400. Any question? Any question? Any question? No question. So let's go to part B. Part B of the question. If your mic is on, you can mute it. Whose mic is on? If your mic is on, you can just mute it. So let's go to the next part of the question. So part B, the sum of the first 3 terms over GP is 27. And the first term is 36. Determine the common ratio and the value of the fourth term. So let's try it out. So this one, if you're working out the sum, since you don't know if R is greater than 1 or less than 1, you just sum them. You sum A plus AR squared and equate it to 27. Then you know the value of A is 36. So try it out and get the value of R. If you have your R, you can share your answer. let me see. You have a response here. Terence has R is -2. Samuel, what is the value of R? Unmute yourself.
Okay, I have -1/2 as the common ratio.
Okay, good. So Samuel has -1/2. Someone has 26, 151. Unmute yourself.
-0.5.
-0.5. That's correct. So our R is supposed to be -1/2. I'm seeing most of us are getting -1/2. Those who didn't get -1/2, let me show you how we get it. So, so these are the first three terms, A plus AR plus AR squared. Then you equate to 27. Then if you substitute A with 36, you'll have 36 plus 36R plus 36R squared is equals to 27. Then you just work out, this is a quadratic equation. So you can use any formula. You can use quadratic formula. You can use factor method. So I've used factor method to find the value of R. So you're going to get R as -1/2. Then after getting the value of R, you're supposed to get the fourth term. So T4 is AR power 3. Our A is 36. R is -1/2 raised to power 3. If you work out, you're getting -4.5. Any question? Any question? Okay, no question. Yes, any question? Yes, Victor. Unmute yourself.
Teacher, can you show us the working of that question that you have shown us the work?
Which question?
That one that that the answer is -1/2.
Yeah, the one for negative, the last question that you have just looked at.
Yes.
Are you able to see it? I'm sharing the screen.
Yes.
Yeah, so this part B, we have A plus AR plus AR squared is equals to 27. Then where there is A, you substitute 36 because we are told the first term is 36. So we have 36 plus 36R plus 36R squared is equals to 27. I've just divided through by 36. So to reduce the equation, so I have R squared plus R plus 1/4 is equals to 0. Then I've solved by factor method. So the two values that if you multiply, you get 1/4 or 1/2. And if you add, you get 1. So, so I have R squared plus 1/2 R plus 1/2 R is equals to plus 1/4 is equals to 0. Then you factor out. So if you do that, you're getting R to be -1/2.
Yes.
Goes on. Then once you get your R as -1/2, you're told to get the fourth term. So the fourth term is AR cubed. Our A is 36, R is -1/2, then you cube it. So if you work out, you get your T4 as -4.5.
Yes.
Okay. Any other question? Any other question? Okay, so let's go to the next part. The next question is that when you are given an arithmetic progression as the first term as A and common difference as D, write down the third, the ninth, and the 25th terms of the progression. So we can write that one, T3, T9, and T25. So just go to the second part, write it down because you're going to use it in the second part. So in the second part of the question, the progression is increasing the progression is increasing, and the 3rd, 9th, and 25th terms form the first 3 consecutive terms of the GP. Then if the sum of the 7th term and twice the 6th of the AP is 78, calculate the first term and the common difference. So we are going to use the terms that were stated in part A. Use them to find R. Write an expression for R. Then you're supposed to form 2 simultaneous equations in A and then solve. Let's try it out before I share my working. Try it out. Yes, Samuel? Unmute yourself.
Just the first question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've not finished writing it.
Mm-hmm. The first question, what you're supposed to write T3. What is your value of T3?
No, I've not finished writing the question.
I scroll up.
Yeah.
Okay. I've scrolled up. So you can try it out and share the answer. Try it out. If we have unmute yourself.
I got A as 6 and D as 3.75.
You got A as 6 and D as 3.75.
Yes.
That's correct. Good. Anyone else? Let's share our answers. If you didn't get, we are going to go through it. Okay, so let's go through it. I'll show you the working for part B. So part B, that's the working. We are given that, so you are supposed to state the T3, T9, and T25. So T3 is A plus 2D, T9 is A plus 8D, and T25 is A plus 24D. Then use it in the second part to get the values of A and D. So in the second part, we are told that these three, they form the first three consecutive terms of a GP. So you just write the expressions for R for a GP. So the expression will be the second term over the first, what that is A plus 8D over A plus 2D, which will be equal to the third term over the second, that is A plus 24D over A plus 8D. Then we just cross multiply and collect like terms. So if you cross multiply and collect like terms, you get 10AD is equals to 16D squared. Then we've divided both sides by 10D to make A the subject. So A is equals to 1.6D. Then, since we have two unknowns, we must have two simultaneous equations in order to get the values of the unknowns. So we're given a condition here that the seventh term, the sum of the seventh term and twice the sixth term is equals to 78. So we have A plus 6D, that is the seventh term, plus twice A plus 5D, the sixth term, should give us 78. Then we had gotten A as 1.6, so we can substitute in this second equation and get the value of D. If you do that, you get your D as 3.75. Then your A as 6. Any question? Any question? Any question? Okay, so that part is clear. Then after getting the values of A and D, you are to get the sum of the first 9 terms, S9. So S9, just use the formula, n over 2 into 2A plus n minus 1D. And we are getting the sum as 189. Okay, so let's go to the next question. Number 19. So part A, we have a question. Kay, you can unmute yourself.
Excuse me, Sha. Can you scroll up? I want to see the answers for the previous question.
Okay, let me just go to the answer part. Number 21.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's number 21 there. Are you done? Okay, mute. So I'm hoping you are done. So the next question, number 19. Number 19A, we had already worked it out in another question where we got R as a negative a half. So we're not going to repeat it. 19A, the common ratio we had gotten as negative a half. So you can just get the second term. Get T2. If the first term is 36 and R is negative a half, what is T2? What is T2? Umepata nini? What is T2? A is 36 and R is negative a half. What will you get as your T2 for a GP? No one is responding. Are you able to hear me? Okay, let me see. We have a response. Okay, Samuel has gotten negative 18. Negative 18 is correct. Those who didn't get it, that is how we get T2. So I've not worked out R since we had worked it out in another question. It is similar to one of the questions we have already done, that part A. So R was negative a half. Then using negative a half as your R, remember T2 for our GP is A times R. A is 36 and R is negative a half. So you get your T2 as negative 18. Then part B of the question, we're given the first term of an AP is 2. The first term of an AP is 2. And then the first term of a GP is also 2. And its common ratio equals the common difference of the AP. The square of the fifth term of the arithmetic sequence exceeds the third term of the GP by 2. Find the common difference and the sum of the first 50 terms of the AP. Try it out before I share my working. Just write the AP, the GP, equate what you're supposed to equate, and then work out the value of D. If you're done, you can share your answer. Your hand is up. You can unmute yourself. Manuel, unmute yourself, yes? Manuel amepotea. Larry, you can unmute yourself. Yes? Hmm? Larry amepotea. Who else? Nani ameinua mkono? Let me see. Anyone else whose hand is up? Larry, you can unmute yourself.
So I got D as 0. Common difference is 0.
D as 0.
And sum of 50 terms is 100.
Is 100. Good trial. Anyone else? Let's compare our answers. There is 756, 756. Unmute yourself.
I got my D as -1 or -1/7. And my sum was -75 or -11/25.
Good. Abna, unmute yourself. Huyo amepotea. Anyone else would like to share the answers? Yes, Marlon. Mo. Unmute yourself. Amepotea. Anyone else before I share my working? Wayne, yes, unmute yourself.
I
Wayne.
got my common difference as -1, and when you do the sum of 50, you get -11/25.
Good. Anyone else? Anyone else? Okay. So I got -1 and -1/7. And the sums -11/25 and -75. So this is how we work it out. So we had been told that the first term of the AP is 2, and also the first term of the GP is 2. Then we also told that R is equals to D. Then in the other part of the question, the square of the fourth term of the AP, so there I have the square of the fifth term. So the fifth term is given by A plus 4D. I've squared it. So the square of the fifth term is more than the fifth term, exceeds the third term of the GP by 2. So I've written is equals to AR squared plus 2. Since it exceeds the third term by 2, it means if you add 2 to the third term of the GP, the 2 will be equal. So AR squared is the third term of the GP. Then using this one, you just work it out. So where there is R, I have substituted with D because you had been told R is equals to D. So instead of R squared, we have D squared. Then you just expand. So if you expand and collect like terms, we are ending up with 14D squared. We're ending up with 14D squared plus 16D plus 2 is equals to 0. If you solve, you get your D as -1. And the other one as D is equals to -1/7. Then using the two common differences, you're going to get S50 as -11/25 and -75. Any question? Any question? Any question? Okay, no question. So let's go to the next part. In the next part, you're given number 21. The sum of the first 6 terms of an AP is 63. Is 63. Then given that the first term of the AP is 3, find the common difference of the AP. So work it out and get the common difference. Let's work it out and share the answers. Yes, Larry.
The common difference is 3.
The common difference is 3. Good, that is correct. Then part B, find the value of n such that the sum of the first n terms of the AP is 165. Find the value of n such that the sum of the first n terms of the AP is 165. Try it out. You can share your answer if you've gotten the value of n. There's an answer here, let me see. So Larry, you've gotten n as 109. This person, unmute yourself. Unmute yourself and share the answer. Anyone else? Yes, William. Unmute yourself.
10 and negative 11.
Negative 10 and negative 11. Good. Any other answer? Yes, Larry. Larry, umepotea tena. Any other answer? Any other answer? So n is supposed to be either 10 or negative 11. Then, of course, you ignore negative 11 because the number of terms cannot be negative. But you have to show it when you're working. So this is how you work it out. Number 21, the first part where you're supposed to get the value of D, we were given the sum of the first 6 terms to be 63. So we have 63 is equals to 6 over 2. Leon, do you have a question? Your hand is up. Okay. So to get D, you just write the formula for finding the sum of the first 6 terms and then make D the subject. So we had gotten D as 3. Then you're going to use that D and A, that is 3, to find the value of n. So you're given that the sum is 165. That is the sum of the first n terms is 165. Then is equals to n over 2 into 2a. 2 times 3 is 6 plus n minus 1d. D is 3. Then we just work out, open the bracket, the inner bracket, and then the outer one. You're going to get a quadratic equation in n. That is n squared plus n minus 1, 10 is equals to 0. Then you solve for n. I have used the quadratic formula. Then I got n as either 10 or negative 11. You have to write both answers. And you also have to write that you're ignoring negative 11. You write there ignore. We're ignoring negative 11 because it is a number of terms. It can't be negative. Any question? Any question? Anyone with a question? Okay, no question. So the next part, C. So C Roman 1. You're given the second, the fourth, and the eighth terms of an AP from the first 3 consecutive terms of a GP. Find the first term of the GP. Find the first term of the GP. The second, fourth, and eighth terms of the AP. So it means the AP above. Of the AP above. Form the first 3 consecutive terms of GP. Find the first term of the GP. So what is the first term of the GP? Yes? Remember, in the AP above, T2 is supposed to be A plus D. Our A is 3 and our D is also 3. So that one is the first term of the GP. So T2, T1 that is for the GP is supposed to be 6. Are you together? And then the sum of the first 15 terms of the GP. So this is the working for that part. We are told T2, T8, and T4. They form the first 3 consecutive terms of the GP. So if you get T2, T2 will be the first term of the GP, which is 6. And then the sum of the first 15 terms, you have to find R. So our R will be 12 divided by 6, which is 2. Then you just substitute. So our A is 6, 2 power 15 minus 1 over 2 minus 1. We're getting 196,602. Any question? Any question? Okay, no question. So let's go to the next one. We're almost done with the questions. Just 3 remaining. I think 3. Yeah, we have an and. Yes, ask. Unmute yourself.
Excuse me, Chair.
Yes.
May you kindly repeat the part C?
Part C.
Yeah.
Okay, so part C, you're just told to find the question. Is not an open question, so we are not going to use the long method. It is just the second, fourth, and eighth. The second, fourth, and eighth. Or the second, fourth, and eighth terms of the AP. Umesema the AP, so it's the AP above. Form the first 3 consecutive terms of a GP. And the AP, the second term, T2, is A plus D. A we have gotten as we have been given as 3, and we got D as 3. So it means the T2 is 6. And then T4 is A plus 3D. So 3 plus 3 times 3, that is 9 plus 3, we get 12. And then T8 is A plus 7D, so we get 24. So Roman 1, find the first term of the GP. So the first term of the GP will be corresponds to the second term of the AP. So it will be 6. And then Roman 2, the sum of the first 15 terms of the GP. So since we find, first of all, find R. So R is 12 over 6 or 24 over 12, which is 2. Since it's greater than 1, we use the formula for greater than. So we have S15 is equals to A, which is 6, into R power N. R is 2, N is 15, so 2 power 15 minus 1. Then divide by R minus 1. R is 2, 2 minus 1. Then you work out and get the answer. I hope iko sawa. So let's go to the next question. Okay, the next question. That's the next question. The first term of an AP is 3.5. The common difference is D. If the difference of the 20th and the 6th term is 40, find the common difference. Try it out. A is 3.5 and the difference is the common difference is D. Then we're given the difference between the 20th and the 6th term as 40. Find D. Yes, 26 to 76. Sorry? Yes? Yamepotea. Abna?
D to 20 over 7.
Yes, you got? D to be
D.
20 over 7.
And the sum 23, 68.7.
Okay. Yeah, that is correct. So let me share the working for 19A and B. So 19A, we're given the first term is 3.5. And then you're told that the difference between the 20th and the 6th term is 40. So the 20th term is A plus 19D minus A plus 5D is equals to 40. Then we just substitute the value of A, 3.5, and then make D the subject. You're going to get D as 20 over 7. Then for the sum, you just use the formula of Sn. So our N is 40. Our A is 2A. 2A is 7. A was 3.5. Then N minus 1, that is 39 times 20 over 7. You get your sum as 23, 68, and 4 over 7. Any question? Any question? No question? Okay. So let's go to part B. So part B, the progression is such that the second, 14th, and 85th terms of the AP form the first 3 terms of a GP. If the common difference of the AP is 2.5, find the second term of the GP. Find the second term of the GP. Try it out. What do we get as the second term of the GP? Remember, I'm not using the long method. You already know, we have been told the progression, the above progression here, Apoju, is such that the second, 14th, and 85th terms of the AP forms the first three terms of the GP. So in the AP, we already given the value of A is 3.5. But you've been told to use a common difference of 2.5. So what will you get as the value of the second term of the AP, of the GP? Yes, Abna, you can unmute yourself.
36.
36 is correct. Good. Then let's get the sum. I'll show the working for the two. Get the sum of the first 10 terms of the GP. What is the sum? So this is how you work it out. So we have the AP that you're given, A was 3.5. So we've been told T2, T14, and T85 form the first three consecutive terms of the GP. So the second term will be T14, which is A plus 13D. We've been told to use a D of 2.5. So if you substitute A as 3.5 and D as 2.5, you get your value as 36. Then for us to get R, we're going to use the value of T14 over T2. So T2 is supposed to be 3.5 plus 2.5. You get 6. 6, and then T14 is what? T14 is 36. 36. 36 divided by 6, you get your R as 6. So S10 will be A into R power 10 minus 1 over R minus 1. So 3.5 is our A. No, is it? A is not 3.5. A is supposed to be 6. So you correct that one. 3.5 is for the AP. For the GP, A is 6. That is A plus D. So here should be 6 into 6 power 10 minus 1 over 5. Then you get the sum. Any question? Any question? Yes, John. Unmute yourself. John, unmute yourself, yes.
Please pardon.
Which part?
From the beginning of this question.
Beginning is part A, Roman 1.
No, no,
Part
the
B.
part B.
Part B, the question was, you are given that T2, T14, and T85 of the AP forms the first three consecutive terms of a GP. Then we have been told to use D as 2.5. So the first question is find the second term of the GP. So if T2, T14 and T85 are the first three consecutive terms, it means the second term of the GP is T14 of the AP. So T14 of the AP should be A plus 13D. And you've been told to use a D of 2.5. A of the AP was 3.5. So we have 3.5 as A and 2.5 as D. If you substitute in the formula, you get your second term as 36. Hiyo iko sawa? You get a second term as 36. Then the Roman 2, you're supposed to get the sum of the first 10 terms of the GP. So for you to get the sum, you need the common ratio and you need the value of the first term of the GP. So to get the common ratio, you take the second term over the first or the third over the second. So I've used the second over the first. The second is T14, which is 36. Divided by the first is T2, which is 6. So we're getting R as 6. Then now we substitute into the formula. So S10 will be 6. It's not 3.5. You change it to 6. 6 into 6 power 10 minus 1 over 6 minus 1. Then you work out and get the sum. Iko sawa, John? Okay, I hope iko sawa. So we're almost out of time, just 3 minutes left. So that's 3 minutes we can quickly go through. We only have 2 questions left. So I think we can go through one question. I will share the working on the WhatsApp wall of the class. You can just go through them there. So the working, I have numbered them according to the questions. From the third question, the first 2 questions we had done the other day. So from the third question, I have numbered them according to the questions, according to how the questions have been numbered. So let's go just look at the next question. So we only have one left. So this one, so now the next question, the first question is the 8th and 15th terms of an AFP at 31 and 59 respectively. Find the first term and the common difference. So just form the 2 simultaneous equations and solve for A and D. Try it out. We only have 2 minutes left, so we can just work it out quickly. Yes, 26, 854. Unmute yourself.
D is 4.
D is 4. And A? D is 4 is correct. And A is?
A is 3.
A is 3, correct. Then list the first 4 terms of the sequence. Work out the first 4 terms and share the values. Yes, Victor.
3, 7, 11, 15.
Good. Roman 3, the sum of the first 20 terms of the sequence. The sum of the first 20 terms of the sequence. What is the sum of the first 20 terms of the sequence? Yes. Someone iko tu imeandikwa dot. Unmute yourself.
820.
820. 820 is correct. Then the last part of the question. Given Jeremy's salary is 980,000 per annum. It increases by 10% annually. So you find the total amount to the nearest shilling in the next 7 years. Let's work it out. Yes, Ismail. Unmute yourself. Ismail amepotea. Anyone who has worked it out? Okay, so I'll just show you since we are out of time. So I believe the rest ziko sawa. You can get the value of D and A and then up to Roman 3. Then part B, you are given, so if you look at the question, the salary is increasing annually by 10%. So it makes it a GP. It's a geometric progression, not an AP, where A is 980,000. Our common ratio is 1.1. Is increasing by 10%. So 110% will give us 1.1. Then the time N is 7. So if you work out, you're getting this. It's just like you're getting the sum of the first 7 terms. So you'll get this. Then to the nearest shilling, it will round up to 9,297,428 shillings. Any question? Any question? No question. Yes, 26,269.
Why is it a GP?
It's a GP. Okay, you can take the first term, which is 980,000, increase it by 110. You'll get another value, a second value, isn't it? Then increase that second value by 110. You get another value. So if you look at the values, they have a common ratio, not a common difference. Naelewa? Ismail, you have a question? Unmute yourself.
Can you please go back to the question?
Okay. Then there's someone called Yusa. You also have a question? Ask your question. Unmute yourself. Yusa. Okay, Yusa is not responding. So back to the question. That was the question. That was the question. So, do you have anyone else with a question? Okay, I'll stop there for now. I don't know if you're having lessons next week. If you're having lessons, which topic do you want us to discuss? Abdullah, unmute yourself.
Yes, sure. I have a question. There's a similar question here that I have a problem with. The first term of a geometrical progression is 8. The last term of the GP is 5,832.
The last term?
Yes, the last term of the GP is 5,832. Determine the number of terms of the GP.
Determine the number of terms of the GP.
Yes.
Wayne, you have a question?
Advi.
Wayne, you have a question?
I was asking if we can do what's the name of the topic? If we can do probability next week.
Probability. Okay. So back to Abdullah's question. A is 8 and the nth term. The nth term is 5,832. So how do we get the number of terms? Abdullah, do we know the value of R? Abdullah, unmute yourself. There is someone else. I don't know if you have a question. Big Bati Mukwe. Ask the question. Unmute yourself. You're umepotea. Abdullah, unmute yourself.
Yes, Chair, we don't have the value of R.
There is no R.
Yes, it's saying the first term is 8 and the last term is 5,832.
If there is no R, are you able to work it out clearly? Because it seems like you're supposed to use a log there. We have two unknowns with only one equation. Do you have R?
No.
You must have R because if you're using the formula of the nth term, is AR power? AR is to power n minus 1, isn't it?
So I have the last term and the first term only.
The last term, which is the nth term, isn't it?
Yes.
So the nth term, you get the nth term using AR raised to power n minus 1.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
And then the first term is A.
Yes.
So you see your question has two unknowns and only one equation. It has
this question cannot be done.
Yours has two unknowns with only one equation, so you can't work it out unless you have R.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so we can stop there. Thank you for attending the lesson. Amir, you have a question? Amir, unmute yourself. Okay, no question. John, you have a question? No question. Okay, till we meet next time, God willing. We are stopping there. Ismail. What?
Lakini hii si refu sana. Ukiwa na hiyo utafika pahali yes, lakini
For correlation, what's the significance? Jury equations.
Gli option scusa appunto inside. This is the fourth sculpture in I'm going to show you 5 microscopes from largest to smallest, starting with the biggest one. Number 5 is the lady playing the violin. It's around the 6th. The bottom is shown.